Unfortunately, no one.
Thank you so much for having me. As Sanju said that I started my stock market journey like when I was 15. So it's been around 7 years for me in the market, and honestly, if I say that I had no interest in my earlier days to come in the market, so the journey started a bit accidentally, where I always wanted to become a pilot, but somehow I got into this stock market kind of thing. I had lost my dad when I was 15, and so at that point of time I had no other option but to go and we had a family business. So we and me and my brother had to go and choose this option, and after that, the business was not going that well. So I was constantly looking for some other, so kind of a source to make money and help my family, and that is how I discovered stock market. So that is how I started my stock market journey, and then I've become a full time investor by the time I was like around 18 or 19, and till then I'm managing my family business. I'm in my family portfolio, and when also run a mentorship program where I teach my students about equities, investments, and all. So yeah, Sanju, shall I start with the presentation? Sure. One second. Sanju, is this visible? Okay, fine. One second. Mm, yeah. So, the topic for today's webinar is, the basics of fundamental investing. So, as we all know that the basics of fundamental investing, people talk about debt equity ratio, cash flow, and ROCE and ROE return on equity. But what I feel is that this all ratios and all jargons are very much overrated, and I believe in couple of fundamental patterns which I've discovered over the time in the market over the last 7 years, and I've learned this all stuff hard way. So I would rather be speaking on those fundamental patterns, how using the life case studies of companies, how you can select companies and everything. So before I start, I just want to give a disclaimer that the stocks here discussed are strictly for educational purpose. So please consult your advisor before taking actions on any of these companies. I might or might not have any position in the stock, so I hope you understand. And yeah, so let's start with the presentation. Uh, I just want to show you all. So these are the quotes from some of the big people, a big name in the industry whom I personally look up to. So this is Samvit Vartak. today Apple's market value is the same as all the listed companies in India. So if you get a chance in where do you invest, in Apple or in India, right? And then again, this is RK Damani. He said that the best time to invest in India is today. The opportunity in the next 20 years will be far greater than those in past 20 years. So I just want to show you all that this all the big people these guys are highly connected, and they have information much faster than they get information much faster than us, and they all believe in India. But the sad part is that I feel that we ourselves don't believe in the story of India, because whenever I go out and I speak with my friends and everyone, majority of them say that they want to go outside India, they want to build a business in US, they want to go and work in Singapore, because I don't feel that we as an Indian, we ourselves, we have that confidence. And if you see people like Masayoshi Son and Jeff Bezos, who is the founder of Amazon, these guys are talking about that. I want to make a prediction that the next this century is for India. So I somehow I feel that until and unless we get that confidence in India, we are not going to make that money. And I honestly feel that the next decade is for India. So if you want to come in the market, if you want to invest in Indian companies, first you need to gain that confidence on India. You need to believe that yeah, India can become the next superpower. So until and unless you set your mindset like that, I don't think you market is going to you are going to earn huge money from the market. So yeah, this is what I want to show from this codes. And I also want to give you all a shocking fact that as I was watching a video, I come to know that if you go and see the Google search, the top 10 search every day, out of those top 10 search, two are for government jobs. So that really scares me, because people are not ready to take that risk. People are looking for safety kind of thing. So we this is one of the worst fact of our country. We we need to we need to be a job creator. We need to think in terms of how we can create more jobs instead of looking for jobs. So the mindset plays a big role in stock market, and I've seen it, because like in the last 7 years, I would have met like more than thousands and thousands of people who are already uh, who have already years and years of experience in the market. I've seen them making wealth. I've seen them how they have created wealth in the market. So this is what I believe, that mindset is the number one thing which you need to work on if you're coming in the stock market. And yeah, I mean, like we can move ahead. So like I'll start speaking about the fundamental patterns which I follow in the market to select companies, and I'll also be using couple of live case studies. I mean, the companies which I've bought, or the companies which fall into these patterns. So I like to start with the power of strong distribution, because like what I see is that many people underestimate the power of distribution, because in the last, I mean, like in the last 5 7 years, I would have met like more than 50 companies, including starters and all. And every time I met with the founder, everyone says that if I get the capital, I can do anything. I can do anything. But what I say is that in today's time, if you get the distribution, you can do anything, because that's the power of distribution, right? I'll give you one another example. 500 years ago, what used to happen was that the people who used to entertain were poorer than the people who got entertained. But slowly, as they found distribution, then the people who entertain become richer than the person who's been entertained, because the entertainer got internet, they got cinema, stage, and everything, right? So that is the power of distribution. And I'll show you a couple of examples as well. So any companies with the large distribution is going to, like, that's going to be one of the biggest moat of that company, because distribution helps the company to scale up really fast. If, for example, if you got 10,000 distributors, then they can keep selling new products in the same distribution channel, right? Now take the example of this Havels. So what basically happens in this, every time, if you see the last 10-20 years growth of Havels, that's massive, right? So what they did is that every time they come out with a new product, whether it's a wire, a cable switch, or anything, they keep pushing the same products to the same distributor, and they keep growing their top line and bottom line in that way. Same goes for Relaxo and Kazaria. So I just want to show you that any company with a large distribution, I mean, they can really make it big in the market. So look out for companies who are having a stable and big distribution, compared to their competitors and all. And I mean, these are the patterns which I follow in the market. And once you find any of this pattern in any of the company, then you can start to study from that company. Right. I'll give you another example of TABP Food and Beverages. So this TABP Food and Beverages is an unlisted company. So I had invested in this company around in 2017. Yeah. So when I was investing in this company, like so many people told me that how this company is going to survive. I mean, they have competitors like Pepsi and Coca-Cola, right, in the world of so my only point was that but this company is not going to compete with Coke and Pepsi. This company, like India is such a big market. Like we have a population of 130 crore. Even like we can be able to get to 100 crore top line. Like we will create huge wealth, right? And our only the aim was to give more distribution. I mean, give more margins to the distribution, and we are paying like double the margins what Pepsi and Coca-Cola are paying to their distributors. And in the last 1-2 years, many like Coca-Cola's and Pepsi distributors has come and joined our company as a full-time distributor and exclusive distributor. So I mean, once you understand this game, distribution will push. Distributors will push your products, and you will grow your top line. So I'm a big believer of this distribution kind of thing. So I'm a big admirer of this pattern. So yeah, I mean, just look out any company who have a big distribution team compared to their competitors, and like you can start your study from there. And so the next pattern I would like to speak on is the power of parent support. So, so yeah, basically, what happens in market, if you get a support of someone who is already in one level, then you can grow much faster, right? Any company with parent support can able to scale up and grow their business really fast in very less time compared to their competitors, right? I'll give you example of Bajaj Finance. So why Bajaj Finance has able to grow that much in the last 10 years, because they have got the support. They have got the support from their parent Bajaj Auto. They have used the same network and distribution channel, all of their the leads of their parent company, and uh, they have, I mean, push their all the loans in the same auto companies. And just see the example of SBI Life. What SBI Life did was that they have used the branch network of SBI Bank. So SBI Bank is one of the, like you can say, largest bank in India, right? And they have used the branch network of SBI Bank to sell their insurance products. So that's what I mean. Any company with huge parent support will always do good. And there's another company, Apollo Tricot. This company I had bought around Feb 2019, and it's already been like 10 times for me in like around 2-3 years. So this company is also the same case. If you see, they have got the parent support of their APL Apollo. They have got the technical know-how of Sanjay Gupta, and So any company, I just want to show you this example to get you understand that any company with parent support is like they are bound to do good in the long term if they have the good management. So I am a huge believer of all these fundamental patterns. So once you understand the process, you can replicate the same thing in any other companies because we have like more than 5,000 listed companies in the stock market. So everything is of process. Once you understand the process, you can replicate in any other company and you can make money, right? So yeah, like let's move on to the next company, power of brand. So this has also worked very well for me. I'll explain you one company where I have personally invested. I mean was invested. So any company which has built a good brand that becomes their moat, right? So branding helps in pricing power also, and also create a connection with their customers. So I'll use the example of Maruti because I had personally bought this company around 2014-15, when the wave of Ola and Uber started happening. So every time I go out on the road, I always used to see this Maruti Swift Desire, and I was very curious to know that why these things are happening. So I had a word with couple of drivers and dealers, and they said that Maruti is the best commercial vehicle at that point of time for any in terms of efficiency and in terms of their design and all. So that is why the Maruti was every Ola and Uber drivers were preferring Maruti over Tata Indica and everything. So that was a common sense, right? Because Maruti has a good brand and everything. So that was a common sense, right? You would have if you get this info, you would have bought this company. And this company has went from like I still remember from 800 to 8,000 levels. I mean 10 times. So that's crazy, right? You all you need to do is that you need to study on all these patterns, and you can start your study. I'm not saying that once you found a good brand, just go and buy that company. It shouldn't be like that way. uh this should be your filter. I mean, you can filter companies this way, and then you can study. Then you can see whether the financials are good or not, if the management is good or not. I mean, another company, just look at Hindustan Unilever. They have amazing set of brands, Horlicks, Dove, Lifebuoy, Silk, I mean Sunsilk, to what not, right? And we have been a daily consumer of Unilever products in our daily life. So I mean, just go and see the chart of this company from last 10, 20, 30 years. These companies has created a massive wealth, right? Because we ourselves are the consumer of this company. But I wonder how many would be the shareholder of that company. So in India, I believe not only in India, I believe in market the common sense is the most uncommon thing, right? And another company, another great example would be Eicher Motors. I mean the Royal Enfield. We all know what's the case with Royal Enfield. I'll also explain this company in the latter part in my cash flow pattern. So yeah, this is like one of the interesting pattern, a fundamental pattern which I follow, power of community led companies. So this recently started, come into the limelight in the last 4 5 years. I mean recently. So I've been studying on this pattern a lot, and I've bought like couple of companies in the market as well, which fall into this pattern. So basically, community-led companies are the companies which are creating a community, right? I'll tell you one thing. Like, if you are an entrepreneur in today's time, you're likely to succeed if you have a if you build a community before you build a product. So the power of having few thousands of people, hundreds and thousands of people supporting you behind your back is like can be the biggest growth you can have in today's time. So if you see the examples of edtech companies, what they are doing, they have created a community of people who wants to learn, right? Now just look at Instagram, what they have did. They have created a community of people of with influencers, right? Great is one of the best example. The founder of this company, Kunal Saha, I follow him very closely. I believe he's one of the best business mind in India. So what Create is doing, they are also creating a community of people with high CIBIL scores, right? And yeah, so IndiaMart and Naukri are the two companies which have bought and have also made good money in these companies. So, I mean, what IndiaMart is doing, IndiaMart is creating a community of people who want to deal in B2B business, right? Naukri is creating a community of people who are looking for jobs, right? So just look at companies who are creating a community, and you know, if you can find this patterns in a small company, then if the management execute, then those companies could become very big. So, yeah, I love finding all these patterns rather than studying about those, fundamental, uh, I mean, ratios, the debt equity ratios and ROCE and all, because those things are very much overrated, and I believe these patterns are very much underrated. So once you find any company under these patterns, I would say that go and study those companies, because who knows, that might become the next multibagger, right? And yeah, so this is by far one of the most important thing for me, the intention of the management. If you find in any company the intention of the management is good, I mean, just go and buy that company and hold, because in India we hardly get any good management, because in India we believe everyone is like a chore promoter. So if you get any good management, just go and support them for the next 10-20 years. Ultimately you're going to create wealth. So here's a quote from one of the guy who's a full time investor. I follow him very closely, Madhusudan Kela. So what he said is like the quality and intention of the management for minority shareholders are the two most important framework for identifying multibaggers. Titan become a multibagger because Tata had the intent for making money for the minority shareholders. They did not come and issue warrants to themselves when they saw this company can do well. So I am a huge believer in this line, and I feel that in India, if you can get any such management, I mean, just go and support them without seeing any of their company business model or anything. I mean, just go and support them, because in India hardly we find any good and honest management. So I'll use a uh, I'll use a case study of one of my very high conviction company, this Gelpok. So in Gelpok, I use this pattern. I mean, the intention of the management. So what they did was that the founder owns like around 9%. Gelpok used to own around 9% stake, and the founder used to own around 2% stake in the company. But I mean, whose valuation would be around, say, I mean, 225 crore, right? So just to eradicate even the slightest chance of conflict of interest, Sandipan, the founder of the company, I mean, sold his 2% stake to Zelmok uh, at just 43 lakh, when the actual value should be around 5.5 crores. So I mean, in India we hardly get such promoters, right? So that was the thing. And